What name screams my parents don't like me? I had a neighbor with a little girl named Commodity. I don't think she disliked her kid. She was just really dumb. Mune. Met a girl called Constance Payne. Really had to wonder what her parents were thinking. Brand names. I am the third of 4 boys. My mother really wanted a girl, and when she was pregnant with me she pinned all her hopes on me being a girl. This is before sonograms were common. When I came out a boy she named me Kurt. Not Curtis or Kurt. Kurt. Which means rude. Any name that's written using their syllabic pronunciation. I know of a kid whose name is Kahidian. Like what the fuck? Filoni. Zaya 12. Nevea. Velveeta. Used to know a kid in school named Richard Ryder. Not sure how the last name was spelled. There was a girl in my high school named Chastity. She didn't even know why it was ironic when she got pregnant at 16. A first name that rhymes with your last name. Renesmee. Coworker's granddaughter was named that. I knew 3 guys from school and their parents were assholes. Parents had Klan stuff up in their living room on display and everything. They gave all of their kids names that started with A. And middle names that started with S. So their full initials would be ASS. They thought it would be hilarious. And proudly commented on this often. Needless to say, I felt bad for those kids. Who gives all 3 of their kids those initials? Let alone one of them? Filani, that poor child. Gunnar. Not Gunnar like the Scandinavian name. Or Gunther like the Germanic version. But Gunnar like the English word for a person who is shooting at someone. R. Tragedy. Thurman Merman. I once met a little girl named Tilapia. I swear I'm not making this up. I used to work with someone named Kyler. I was waiting for another coworker when he walked past with a friend. Friend goes, "Dude, I have to ax. Why didn't your parents choose Kyle or Tyler?" Couldn't help but chuckle. Elon Musk's kids' names are a joke. Mine. My first name has an R in it. Both of my patents needed speech therapy to say that letter. I couldn't say my own fucking name until fucking high school. There's a reason I use my middle name. I genuinely think it was spite because I was an oopsie baby. Bullied relentlessly for years. Including by my first ex and a famous comedian's nephew. Joey Jojo Jr. Shabadoo. Little Jerry. Nixon for a girl. I have taught 2, and yikes. Satan, Beelzebub, Judas. When the first name last name combination does not work for a name. Prime example: Northwest Kim Kardashian and Kanye West's daughter. She's either named after a direction on a map or a defunct airline, as if Kimmy would fly. Commercial. Any name that is an alternative spelling or fake Gaelic name. Like Jackson or Grotzlin. It's pronounced Oz we pay. Going with Chinese dialect of Hokkien here. Someone named their child Su Kia, which isn't a bad name or anything in the language dialect. But the family name was Yao, and in Chinese names, the family name comes first. This made the poor Saad Yao Su Kia, which meant baby beast or small animal, not in a good way. And is used as a derogatory term and swear word in Hokkien. Poor guy. A boy named Sue. Richard, or a name that makes a joke with their last name like Harry Dix. I met one. Herbert. Giselle. I know someone with this name. Her parents call her Geese Jiz. Any name intentionally given by parents that's a character from entertainment. Your kid is not a pet, car, boat, or bong. Fanny. First name Junior never felt right with me. Feels narcissistic to name your child the same as yourself. It's like he's never gonna carve his own identity, he's always gonna be known as an extension sequel of you. Anything that 100 will make the kid get bullied. My aunt swears that at the hospital a woman named her child asshole, pronounced a show Lee. Barry McCockiner. I know several. Used to work in a jail and we had a regular inmate whose first and middle names, legally, were Baby Boy. Spring Green first name. Last name also came in frequently. My mom worked with a doctor. Doctor first. Doctor safety first, but don't worry. His parents didn't just hate him, his sister was named Ladies. Anything ending in Aiden. Using an X in place of CKS. Jackson versus Jackson. Intentional misspelling of names. Forcing the kid into a life of correcting the pronunciation of a name that is easy to pronounce when spelled normally. And really just anything stupid that they named a kid because it's unique. PLs don't ban me. Newt Gingrich. Imagine having a baby, looking down into its precious face, and saying deadpan to the nurse, Newt Gingrich. Put that on the birth certificate. Mune. Chet. My parents screaming I don't like you at me. Ophelia. She died heartbroken and an orphan. I think it's too intentional to pick this name of all the many names of Shakespeare's leading ladies. But Ophelia is very pretty name. Still. Latrina. I know A7. That isn't his nickname. That's his legal name. I also know a cis man named Claire whose parents named him that. Oops. Lester. Most of them that I've know are pedophiles. From the time I was a kid up until his death, my grandpa always swore up and down that he used to know a man named Harry A. Hole. I still never figured out if he was fucking with us or not. I used to be a 911 dispatcher and ran crazy names that screamed my parents didn't want me or wanted me to be miserable. The craziest name I ran was Yusuk Peter. Last name was Asian. I barely got through that radio transmission to the officer. Gaylord. Candy. Something that makes a funny phrase with their last name. Or does when shortened. Like if your last name is Holder and naming your child Richard Dick. Bartholomew. The Kardashian-Jenner names. Stormy, Saint, North, WTF. Bluto. Jezebel. Alucard. Can't believe some people are living breathing human beings with the name Dick. Autobahn. Go to our tragedy and read all the horrendous names parents curse their kids with. Methamphetamine rules. Yes, one couple named their child this in Australia. Any of that Home Depot brand shit. Kingsley, Kingston, Brixton, Brickley, Broccoli. Met a girl named McKinsley. Yes, spelled like that. Andy Bernard. Shithead pronounced she-theed. XAA 12. If their first name is the same as their last name. William Williams. Michael Michaels. Daniel Daniels. Glenn Glenn. John Johnson. Etc. Chastity. Purity. Any similar name that tells us you are incestuously possessive of your daughter's virginity. A lot of people are posting really trendy stuff off of our tragedy. But the answer is John, Mary, or Anne in Anglophone cultures. Especially when those aren't family names. If you don't like your kid, you don't put thought into the name at all. Boomquifa. Last name was Hunt, and they still named him Michael. The poor kid. Donald J. Trump. Enos. Someone named their kid FFFFST Forrest. Broseph. Onesimus. I've encountered a kid called Hades Azazel,